July 6th, and time for another weekly garden update. Just got past the Independence Day weekend here. Had a couple of really hot days, hot and sunny, no rainfall. So watering has been a challenge lately. Hopefully that'll end in this coming week. Are expecting to get some thunderstorms over the next few days. So starting here, the Thai basil, the middle one still just barely hanging in there. The other two still doing just fine. Continuing to harvest a few of the leaves from time to time. Yeah, this tomato plant's doing really well now. Good thing, I mentioned this one I thought it might die, but it's fruiting quite a lot now. Continuing to grow. Over here, the Napa cabbage. So you can see that the heads are getting quite firm now. I think we're getting very close to being able to harvest some of these now. Probably be doing that in the coming week. And then might be able to clear out some space for some of the other pots that I have at home. Over here, continue to harvest some of the leaves here. Actually, for these things, the stem is also edible. At the moment, still kind of thin. Gonna wait for that to grow out a bit before we pull this plant entirely and eat the stem as well. Yeah, more tomatoes. You can see for yourself, there are a couple of really big ones that have grown now. So this one right here, but obviously judging from the color and the firmness, still have a long way to go as far as ripening on the vine. Yeah, and over here we've got the cherry tomatoes as well. These ones are on the bigger side. Got some others on the other side that are a different variety that are much smaller. Over here, so cucumbers continue to grow. Probably need to do a better job of supporting them so that they grow more upwards. You can see some of these plants, they're growing quite far to the side. We want to encourage them to grow vertically as much as possible. Over here, got some nice big peppers on some of these plants. So you can see for yourself right here. So like this one right here, got more on this plant over here. Then I have a different variety on this side over here. So actually, yeah, you can see it better from this angle right there. So we've already mistakenly harvested a couple of these, but they are all green right now, and these varieties that I planted here, they're supposed to turn red when they ripen. So actually still have quite a ways to go, these. So just have to continue to be patient with them. Over here we've got snow pea plants. So you can see we've got one over here. We've actually harvested a whole bunch of the bigger ones already. So haven't really grown very tall, but had a lot of individual pea pods that have emerged. Green beans here, you can see they've already reached the top of the stake here. So I'm gonna actually have to put in some taller stakes to support them to continue growing. So right now, just a lot of leaves, no actual bean pods yet, but hopefully those will be coming soon. All right, so these are more of the variety of plants that I've kind of put in from, started from pots. This tomato plant is actually grown a lot since last week. So got a few more different varieties of tomatoes here. Be interested to see how those turn out and how they compare to the ones that I started earlier. So this is an example of what I want to see from the cucumbers, right? This one, done a better job of supporting it, and you can see it's growing more vertically than the others. All right, I've got another pepper plant over here. See, these are supposed to be green bell peppers, so I have to, judge them more by the touch than by the color to see when they're ready. Okay, over here, we've got the big sunflower plants, and you can see we've got some actual sunflowers now. There's one over there, and then another one over here, and more in the process of emerging, as you can see right here. Quite tall. In fact, this one right here is actually taller than I am already. So one thing I might have to be concerned about is the shade that it casts on all the other plants. but I think we'll be okay. Over here, more tomatoes. So still very early. These are still very firm to the touch. But yeah, quite some really big ones here as well. So you can see here, right here. Yeah, just gotta have patience. Wait for these to ripen on their own. More green beans, kind of same deal here. You can see already, exceeded the height of the stakes. So again, I'll be putting in some newer stakes when I'm done here. Support them to continue to grow upwards. And then finally over here, got some cherry tomatoes that have actually started to change color a bit, which is really cool to see. So you can see some of these ones over here, they've already turned from green to yellow. There was another one that actually was orange, which we harvested, but actually it's still prematurely. So these are not quite ready yet, but it's good to see that we're getting there one day at a time. All right, that's pretty much it. So not a whole lot changed since last week. Just mostly the same plants, getting bigger and more mature. Be back next week with another update.